Hey guys, so for my next bet, I bet $360 to win 100 on Joyce to beat Jennings. The fight's July 13th. Um, right now, the odds are minus 360 on Pinnacle, and I'm not really sure which direction they'll go. So if the odds get better, then I'll probably bet a little more on Joyce. Whereas if they get worse, I'll just leave it the way it is. Um, the fight coming up, I mean, Joyce is a heavyweight. He's been big prospect. He won a silver medal at the Olympics. He's 9-0 so far with 9 knockouts. He's 33, which even though that does seem old for to have a young career, to just be starting out for heavyweights. A lot of them get better as they get older, so for a heavyweight, your prime is more like between maybe 30 to 35 instead of in your mid-20s. And then the guy he's fighting, Jennings. I find he's kind of in that no man's land where he's too big to be a cruiserweight, but he's too small to be a heavyweight, right? Because cruiserweight, you got to come in under 200, so they all weigh, 199. And heavyweights above 200. But it used to be where heavyweights were, 210 or 220. Whereas nowadays, it's almost like a super heavyweight where so many of them are like 250 plus, right? You got, Tyson Fury is like 260. Joshua is like 250, 260. Andy Ruiz is like 260. The only heavyweight, really, that comes in smaller and that's successful would be Wilder, right? And Wilder's only about 220. So Jennings is the same thing. He's around 220, 210, and he's just I think he's just too small to compete against the other heavyweights. He's a good athlete from Philadelphia. So his first big fight was against Klitschko, and a lot of people said, well, he looks pretty good against Klitschko. He lost a unanimous decision, but he went the distance. But one of the things about that fight, I thought it was more just Klitschko looking bad than Jennings looking good, and Klitschko still beat him pretty easily. And then the following fight, Klitschko lost to Fury, right? And then, so after losing to Klitschko, he fought Luis Ortiz. And that fight, he was just overpowered, and Ortiz knocked him out. Then he started to, took some time off, and then he started to make a comeback into heavyweight boxing. But now just won a few fights, but now most recently just lost... got knocked out in the 12th round by Oscar Rivas. So at this point, I guess Jennings is somewhat of a name because he's fought for the heavyweight title, and he has some good fights on his resume. But I just think he's going to be overmatched by Joyce. I like Joyce a lot. To be honest, he kind of reminds me a little bit of George Foreman, and he hits really hard. He's good, good amateur pedigree. He's solid, got good fundamentals, and I think, if he continues to be successful, hopefully he'll get a heavyweight title shot. And I think, I think he could definitely pose a threat to any of the top heavyweights. Maybe in a few years, maybe by the time he's 35 or something. So I guess I don't really have much else to say. I would say though that I realized just over handicapping that I haven't been heavyweights have been much more unpredictable than like the rest of the weight classes. And I was looking at my results, and so I think total I've gone like 31-5 and 1. But in heavyweights specifically, I've gone 4-2 and 1. So I've really done much better at the other weight classes, whereas heavyweight's been a lot more unpredictable. I'm still up 2,000 betting on heavyweight, so it's not bad. But it is. I do realize that it is a lot harder to predict because of one punch could always end the fight, and you really never know what's going to happen because everyone punches so hard, and definitely makes it more unpredictable, and you can't rely on skill as much, especially with also the weights being so different, right? You don't have people fighting within 7 pounds of each other. Sometimes one guy's a 30-pound weight advantage on the other, or a 40-pound, or so and so. So it is kind of hard to predict. But so I think maybe from now on I won't bet as much as I usually bet on heavyweights, but. Yeah, whatever. For now, I'm betting 360 to win 100, so it's not a huge bet or anything, but I think it's a good bet. I think it's good value. And yeah, so have fun and go make some money. See you guys.